Well, initially when I first got involved in the project, they had me come over and just to take a look at the dolphins and see what they needed. When I got here, they had a lot of unwanted behaviors. They'd only ate one species of fish, which was Atlantic mackerel. They were losing weight. There was a lot of aggression between the two males, and it was just not a good situation. Probably only just had a few weeks left before they would expire. And so Born Free and Dolphin Angels and a number of other organizations got involved to try to better their situation. So we moved them to a sea pen, and that which presents challenges as well. You know, it's been one of these projects where you take 2 steps forward and 1 back, and sometimes we're actually taking 2 steps back. But now we're at a point where the animals are doing extremely well. They're active, they're healthy, they're alert, they're physically fit and mentally fit. And now it's time for the next step, and that's opening the gate and seeing what they can do. Well, one of the things is we want to keep them mentally stimulated, and to do that, you have to keep them challenged all the time. So you have to present things for them to figure out. And things like what we do is we have tools that we call behavioral enrichment tools, like feeder tubes and various other objects that we can place into the pen. Tom and Misha's personality are so unique and so different from each other. Misha's kind of the one that's standoffish, least likely to interact with you, always looking out to sea, spy hops a lot. He's not as interested in people as Tom is. Tom is more of a social animal. He's very interested in people, but that combination of both has worked to our advantage. One of the most important things in the live fish training process is to develop a competition between the two animals. Once you've established that, then you can progress with your live fish training. They've lost a lot of their skills being in captivity, and one of it is their hunting skills. Certainly their navigational skills probably are affected to some extent. So what we've tried to do is we've tried to reteach some of the things that they've lost. What Mikey and Amy are doing over there is they're putting fish into those drums that are in the water, and it's a remote deployment device so that we can actually trigger those barrels. We can tip them up and tip the fish out of them from shore. So these animals are so smart that they figure things out. It's kind of like playing 3-dimensional chess, and so we have to try to always be 1 step ahead of them. We're feeding them about a half a dozen species of fish, and some of them, like mullet, have a tendency to be in shallower water, and some of the other ones, like the brim, are more of a deeper water fish. So they work the whole pen. Well, a lot of the conditioning has been not only for us to get our blood samples and our blowhole samples and the rest of it so that we can responsibly release these guys back into the wild, knowing that we're not transmitting known pathogens to the wild population, which is a real critical part of this reintroduction program. And the other thing is to responsibly be able to track them post-release. How does that look? Am I lined up straight here?
It looks pretty good.
2 sets of tags on. One is a line of sight tag that we can have on the sailboat. We'll have about anywhere from 7 to 10 miles of range, depending on the conditions. And the satellite tag, we get hits, 10 hits a day. There's a delayed process with the satellite tag. It usually takes anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour after that transmission to the satellite before we can actually get it on a computer from your office anywhere in the world. And come up this way, Dan, and we're going to need you to push on this side. Be careful of the shell, because you can really whack it.
Bridge.
One down, 1 to go. What's unique with this project is that there's only been a handful of reintroduction programs with dolphins that have ever taken place. This will be the first time that we'll have satellite transmitters on them, VHF transmitters on them, and then the live fish conditioning to the extent that we've done it. Well, the biggest hazard is obviously people, and that's why they've gotten the situation to begin with. And some of them could be good-intentioned people wanting to see a dolphin come up to the side of the boat and wanting to throw a fish to them or something. That would be disastrous. I'm very confident. I really am. I don't know. A couple of the questions we don't know is if Tom and Misha will stay together. They've been together a long time, and right now in the small pen here, it's something new for them, so they've bonded really tightly. And that's one of the other things that we were looking at. prior to opening the gates was trying to develop that bond so it was really strong. And then as we unzip the gate, both of them will go together. Well, I'll miss all of it. Not only will I miss the Dolphins, but I'll miss Turkey. I'll miss the team of people that we've put together here. And it's just going to be a big change. When you invest 7 days a week for 20 months, into a project like this, we've become family. and part of that family are Tom and Misha.